Hey guys, what's going on? Kulprit here, and today I want to talk to you about a personal favorite game of mine, Payday 2. It's dropping on Tuesday. They've had kind of beta passes floating around, and this past weekend they opened it up to anybody who owned the previous version, the original Payday, the Heist, I believe it's the official name. This, like I said, was one of my personal kind of favorite games. The irony here is, I really enjoyed the first game, but it clearly had issues. And if you look at my Steam, like I'll rant and I'll tell you that I love this game, Payday, Payday, Payday. Like I said, it was just kind of this little personal game that I really enjoyed. I trumpeted for and I recommended it as it went on sale and things. I said, hey, get it, get it, get it, get it. But the irony here is, you look on Steam, and I probably played 10 to 20 hours of it. Not a lot at all. But the reason is, for me, when I got in the game, it had really, really terrible input lag. Just the gunplay was very clunky. Everybody kind of agreed on that. It seemed to affect different people more or less. To me, it affected really bad, probably because I have not such great aim to begin with. But it was very hard for me to literally hit anything. If you guys watch some of my videos, I'm swinging and swaying. Now, yeah, that might have had something to do with some of the beers that always seem to go along with my Payday co-op sessions, but that's neither here nor there. Because of that input lag and things, I never really wanted to play by myself. I never wanted to play solo, and in that game you kind of did. You had to grind a little bit to kind of get the items, get the equipment, get the levels and skills and these things. So I never really did that, so I never took the game very seriously, as I know other people did, and they seem to have more success with it. But when I did do those co-op sessions with 3 buddies and a 4-man team, robbing banks and things and killing coppers, I had a blast. I really did. It was good fun. I always had a couple beers, hanging out with the boys, always on Skype and whatnot, and then goofing around, having fun. And it's classic cops and robbers kind of on steroids, and you get to be the bad guy. Like I said to the guys the other night when we were playing, I was like, I'm a big fan of the movie Heat. Like, that's one of the one of the movies from my growing up that's just kind of echoes with me. I just love it. It's just the right attitude, the right effects, and just a great story. I feel like I'm in the movie Heat, basically, and it's really good time. So if you've never played the game but you've seen the movie, that's a good comparison for me. But I loved it as far as a co-op game, but it was never a game you could take seriously. It really wasn't. For me, it was more about hanging out with my buddies, playing a silly game, having some fun, and everybody kind of making one-liners and these types of things. So let me touch on Payday 2 and some of the improvements I feel it's made over the previous version. Now, they've clearly gone a lot further with this game. The first one, they weren't so sure if it would be successful. Once they saw some success with it, now obviously they've had probably more budget, more resources and things. The gunplay is a lot tighter. I don't really experience any input lag. I haven't even played that much, probably 5 hours, maybe 6 hours. I had one big long session with some buddies and a couple little mini sessions by myself, just to kind of experiment with some things. And so obviously, clearly I'm not used to the game. Plus I don't have any upgrades to my guns and weapons to make things a little, to reduce some of the recoil and these types of things. But the guns are much more easily controlled, which is great for me. It's kind of a deal breaker if that's the case. More strategy is involved, clearly. It's very hard to go stealthy, even though you want to do that as much as possible, but it's very difficult. Again, it's probably because I don't have a lot of skills unlocked. I don't have a lot of the better equipment. I don't have any money to buy, assets as they call them in the game, and I'm just not very good at the game yet. So hopefully, as I put some time in once the game's released, I will get better, be able to do more stealthy things, and not just have to blow everybody's head off, because that seems to be the way everybody goes. But there's advantages to not doing that. Because let me get into some of the things that I kind of have some concerns about. So overall, things I like, actually, I'll just say the gunplay is much tighter, and there's more strategy, and those are the 2 main facets of the game. There's more elements to strategy, like I said, of how you might go about. I mean, one thing we discovered the other night, there's literally, you can buy a gasoline can, and you can pour it or dump it in a back room that might have a back door that police are going to be attacking you from. Well, you dump this gasoline can and you light the room on fire, and now suddenly you don't have to worry about them breaching that room. So these are the type of decisions you have to make. And they cost money, and money can be a very limited resource. So you can't just buy everything to make it OP and just roll. But some of the concerns I do have about this game, it's still a grind game, very much so. You have to redo heists and redo missions and maps, as in the game they're called heists. You have to do them over and over again, basically to build levels, get experience, get money. Money is probably one of the hardest things in the beginning, so you can upgrade your equipment, upgrade your weaponry, and these types of things, your body armor, those types of things. So yes, you have to redo heists quite a bit. And if you're someone that's not adverse to that, you don't like to re-roll maps and you get bored with things very quickly, this might not be the game for you. But they are rather dynamic. While the core of the mission or the heist is the same, the AI isn't always in the same place. Your pickup vans aren't always in the same place. They do change enough that you have the challenge of having to adapt on the fly, so that's good. You do unlock new missions as you continue. I think one of the big spots is level 10. You get a bunch of new missions, and each mission, as you replay them, do have different difficulty levels. So it is definitely still a grind game, and I'm okay with that because the overall kind of goal of Payday 2 is to become, to pull off the perfect heist, to keep doing it, make it more efficient, and seeing how you can improve and just have an easier time, get the money quicker, and then you can move on, upgrade, and that thing. So another thing of concern, if you're more of a solo gamer, nothing wrong with that. Some of us are. I was. You won't enjoy it as much. This is clearly a game made for co-op, so if you're gonna, you're looking for a game to kind of just chill out after work and play by yourself, this might not be that great for you. You'll probably still enjoy it, but you won't get the full effect of the game because this game is clearly made to play in co-op. You don't necessarily need a full group necessarily. We were playing as a 3 group with an AI bot, and still enjoyed it very much. So make sure you got some friends to play with if you're gonna go for this game. One last kind of concern I had: difficulty seems to be more send more AI at them instead of improved AI. This can be frustrating because you'll be in a bank, you'll be holding it down, you'll be running out of ammo or whatnot, and they're just throwing ridiculous amounts of bodies at you, and you're just like, this is crazy, this is insane. That can be some of the fun and some of the laughs, but it kind of can be a little frustrating. So I hope if they are going to continue patching this game and working on it and balancing it and tweaking it, they'll improve the AI rather than just sending more AI at you, if that makes any sense to you guys. So to me, if you're not a guy that likes to grind levels and kind of do the grind, this might not be the game for you. If you're more of a solo gamer, you don't have a lot of friends to play with, or you just don't enjoy, you're not looking for a game to play with friends, you just want a solo game, this might not be the game for you. Adversely, the flip side of both of those, if you're a guy that doesn't mind grinding, if you're a guy that has a solid crew, because that's kind of thing, you're going to want regular friends to play with so that you guys can formulate strategies, tactics, each of you can have a specific role, so to speak, rather than just playing with random people every time. Then this game is a lot of fun, a real lot of fun. I played like a 4-hour probably session on Friday night. Great time. We had laughs, and we got better, which was fun, and we re-rolled some missions and got better and better at them. This is one of the ones you're watching behind. I believe this is the 4 stores. Kind of we split up, you divide. This is one of the easier ones, so that's why it's one of the shorter ones. So that's why I'm using it. But get down. While you have to grind the levels, but you do certainly improve each time, and that's rewarding. And like I said, the overall goal is to just increase your efficiency, get better at each map, pull off the perfect heist. Because once again, it's a classic game of cops and robbers. Obviously, as a kid, you might have played the cop most of the time, but here you're clearly playing the robbers. You're clearly acting morally, and some people might have issues with that. I don't. I suspend reality and I just play the game for fun. But in the bottom line, it's a lot of fun. It's a definite pickup for me. It's only $30. If it were a $60 full, retail game, I might have some reservations about recommending it to you guys. But at $30, I think you're definitely going to get your value out of that. I'm clearly going to buy it, and I'm clearly going to play it. I'm clearly going to post some videos on it. So even if you wanted to hold off, guys, and see some videos, you can clearly do that. I'll probably have some up in the next week or two for sure. But all in all, I give a thumbs up for Payday 2. I'm looking forward to it a lot. Playing with different people and posting some new content for you guys. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope it helped you out just a little bit. Let me know if you're going to pick up the game. Post in the comments below and let me know what you think if you tried out the beta. I'd love to hear it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Take care.